It's time!
Oh yeah, it's time for Miss Lou Champion Sports Talk.
I knew these two guys when I had hair.
For me, it was just all about being coachable, being approachable, being a good team guy, and being what I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be.
Where were they getting the hair from?
I think they took it from his lower back.
Okay.
And they moved it to the top. With me, Ronnie Calhoun, and the legend, Joey Martin. It's entertaining, informative, and sometimes a little crazy. So sit back and enjoy the show. Hey guys, before we get started, we want to tell you about our awesome partners, Syrah Technology, Gregg Vet Clinic, Hicks Chicks, Kenny Chesney's Chair Bay Rum, and all of our awesome partners that you see on the screen right now. Make sure to do business with them and tell them Miss Lou Champion sent you. Hey guys, Ronnie Calhoun here with Miss Lou Champion Sports Talk with my man Joey Martin, who Dustin and I are having trouble keeping him in line this morning. I don't know if
We're not the only one.
I don't know if he drank some caffeine this morning or what, but we can't get him to act right this morning. What's wrong with you this morning, man?
I blame it on Francine.
Francine. Oh my goodness, man. As always, we're brought to you by Magnolia Bluff Casino. Make sure to catch all the big games in the sports book section. TVs everywhere. Maybe place a bet or two while you're down there. And as always, we're driven by Sango GMC. Visit my buddy Mark Sanguinetti and his champion team in Winsboro or Vidalia for all of your new and used car needs. Thank you to all of our awesome partners, including the Concordia Sentinel, serving the Miss Lou since 1876. Thank you to all of our military veterans and men and women serving the country all over the world now. As always, we can't do this without you guys. So we can't do what we do if you don't do what you do. So thank you for that. Real quick before we get started, I'm sorry. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that's participating in the Watson 5K coming up this weekend. Man, they've got 400.
That's awesome.
400 runners.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
And they had to cut off registration early because of, I can't remember what they told me, but yeah, over 400 runners out there, and that's not counting volunteers and all that. So I mean, it's going to be a really big day. And also on behalf of my nephew Casey and Melissa, Watson's mother and father, I want to say thank you to all the calls, texts, messages that you guys shared with them a couple of days ago, whenever it was on Watson's 1 year passing. So thank you guys for that. Our family appreciates it, and we're looking forward to a good day on Saturday to honor his memory and his legacy.
Yes.
So little man only lived to be right about 4, but
what a life!
What a life! That's right. So, man, we got a champion show today.
Absolutely.
And these guys kept me up too late the other night watching on my phone on Miss Zandra's live feed. But man, we got Coach Steve Davis and senior quarterback Kaden Walton with us today. That's going to be from Natchez High.
Yeah.
The 2-0.
Excited to talk with him.
Feeling good. I think Coach said a while ago that last time they went 3-0 was 2019. Coach, is that 2018?
Yeah.
2018. So a lot of excitement in the air. But before we get these guys on the show, let's jump into some local sports and review some of the games from last week.
Okay, and we had a tough night Monday in softball. Cathedral lost to Capaya 3-0. Lily Crum had 17 strikeouts for the Lady Wave. And, man, that's just that kind of knocks them out of any district hopes of winning district because they lost to Capaya earlier. But, still get ready for South State. Like Craig said, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And St. Al defeated ACCS 6-5 and won it in the bottom of the 8th. Tough loss for them as well. It was 0-0, 5 innings, and just what a job Savannah's done with that team. They have been competitive all year, and still playing their hearts out, and that's all you can ask as a coach.
Oh yeah. So we're getting pretty close to the end of the season for those guys, right?
2 weeks they'll be starting South State. So yeah. And of course, looking at football like you were saying. First of all, we've got history being made tomorrow night when Delta Charter hosts Vidalia.
Yeah.
First time ever football game between Delta Charter and a parish school. Of course, they'll be going to Fairdy next week. So exciting time there.
Yeah.
Delta Charter opened up their season with 36-6 win over LaSalle. Good win for them.
Congrats to Coach Wheeler and those guys.
They controlled the ball, did a good job. Of course, Tyron Singleton did what Tyron Singleton does. He had a great game, and Will Wiley does a super job at quarterback.
Yeah, we had him on the show. Good kid.
Good kid, absolutely good kid. And we had AC and Simpson playing last Friday in a rematch of the state championship game from last year, and then AC won that game. And even with Coleman Carter kind of having a gimpy ankle, he still came out and played well, and it was a big win for them. So they stayed unbeaten with that. It was 28-14 in the state championship game last week. The state championship game is 47-29. So that was
not unbeaten.
Not unbeaten. Yeah, my bad. And who else we have? Cathedral lost to Hartfield, and I talked to Josh Loy yesterday, and he's like, man, those guys.
5 SEC players, and then a junior safety.
He said there's 2 going to Alabama, and I see why.
Yeah.
They Actually, Cathedral kind of stayed with them for a while, as good as you can stay with Hartfield. But and it's like he was saying Hartfield just can't find any competition besides who they got in 6A, so it's kind of tough for them. But still good effort by Cathedral, and they visit Oak Forest tomorrow. Of course, the Concordia Classic fared 50-20 over Vidalia. It's kind of typical first game for both teams, just mistakes, and then of course the lights went out in one of the towers, which you got to have something happen during the Classic. But big game by quarterback Caleb Ellis, and Jerry Griffin who was here with us. He had a big game, and so
I was proud for both teams. I was proud the way that they competed and all of that. And I was proud for Faraday to get a big win. We really like those guys and the coaching staff over there. But, me being a Vidalia Viking guy, I was really proud of the way that they fought.
Right.
I mean, they never quit. We were right there on the sidelines, and they never really hung their head. And that says something about a team. And I talked to them earlier that day, and that's what I talked to them about was, what does it take to break you? And I was like, just don't break. Just keep fighting. And
what I was impressed about
I think they did that.
They did do just that. And in the past, I've seen Vidalia teams intimidated right when they come out. This team wasn't, which is a good sign. Yeah.
Faraday's they're just a really good team.
Yeah, they are. They're young, too, so they're going to be good for a while.
Yeah.
I also want to congratulate Jonathan Gower. He won the Panola Woods Club Championship this past weekend.
Okay.
And Gregg was his first ever club championship to play in.
Yeah.
And so congrats to him.
Okay.
And that's about what I got.
I also saw that that it says Joe Fortunato was nominated for the National Football Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
So,
it's the senior veteran group.
Okay.
They picked, and I looked at a list of those who are nominated. Oh my goodness.
Names on the list.
Oh wow.
Great folks.
Just some great players. And Daryl LaMonica, just all these guys you used to watch growing up, and just to be nominated in that group.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Of course, if you had a class guy Hall of Fame, he'd be the first one in.
Yeah.
There was nobody better than Joe Fortunato, and of course, all he did for Natchez.
Yeah.
But that's awesome to be nominated.
Oh yeah. We got anything else?
That's what I did.
Okay. Well, man, fresh off of a huge overtime win, a triple overtime win versus Macomb. We'll take a quick break and we'll get these guys in. See y'all right after this with Natchez High.
Playtime, game time. Anytime is a good time at Magnolia Bluffs Casino Hotel. Play to win our $50,000 Ace of Spades Progressive with drawings every Friday and Saturday through November 2nd. Score big wins at Magnolia Bluffs Casino Hotel. It's always a good time. Visit MagnoliaBluffsCasino.com.
Guys, Ronnie and Shannon here with Miss Lou Champion Spotlight.
And we're here at our amazing partners, Gregg Veterinary Hospital.
Gregg Veterinary Hospital has been providing comprehensive, reliable, cutting-edge veterinary services to pets in the Miss Lou since 2002.
They welcome pets of all shapes and sizes who are in need of emergency treatment or who require routine medical, surgical, and dental care.
Dr. Gregg and his team offer a long list of services, including in-house laboratory diagnostics, digital x-ray, soft tissue, orthopedic surgery, dental care, extractions, laser surgery, laser therapy, preventative health, and wellness plans.
And if you need grooming and boarding services, they do that too.
So call Gregg Vet today.
Hi, it's Shannon with Miss Lou Champion Spotlight. If you like what we're doing, be sure to follow, like, share, and even comment on all our content. Also, visit MissLouChampions.com to sign up for our newsletter and to receive other information, as well as the opportunity to receive some awesome prizes. Thank you, Miss Lou, for your continued support, and as always, have a champion day.
We want to tell you about our awesome partners, Syrah Technology, Gregg Vet Clinic, Hicks Chicks, Kenny Chesney's Blue Chair Bay Rum, and all of our awesome partners that you see on the screen right now. Make sure to do business with them and tell them Miss Lou Champion sent you. All right, guys, we are back with Coach Steve Davis and senior quarterback Kaden Walton. And I finally got Joey to start acting semi-right. So we'll see how he does this segment, Coach. We can't ever keep him in line. I don't know what it is.
He knows.
Yeah, oh, yeah. We got so I know, yeah.
He stopped trying.
Oh, man. So, Coach, Joey was out of town Saturday morning, but me and you jumped on a little 15-minute interview that was a lot of fun. And we were kind of recapping while the emotions were still high. The big win, man, another big win, 2 in a row. And I appreciate you doing that. But what we want to do is dig in now that you've had a few days to process everything and fill out your team to see how they're responding. We wanted to get you guys back in. And also we want to get Kaden in and give him a chance to talk about the team and the season. So we appreciate you guys. Thank you, Kaden, for coming in.
Glad to be here.
Yeah. And Joey, you want to get us started this morning?
Yeah, just a 3 overtime win. And overtime is really not something you could spend a lot of time on in practice with everything else you've got to do. So how do you get them ready for something like that?
We try to do a situational ball during practice where, and it's crazy. One of the coaches said, we didn't put this in our script. So, we're normally doing down and distance or time or, this, that, and other. But the first couple of weeks, we actually never did the overtime portion of our script. So it was fortunate. And I told the kids after the game Friday night, I love them because what they showed me Friday night was something I always wanted. No one dropped their heads, no one got out of anything. They were just like, hey, coach, we got this. We're good. So I always like to tell them we can't practice every situation. So we just have to stay in the game, do what we have to do, and just play Bulldog football.
So how do you handle overtime, Kaden?
I just treat it like it's another possession. Like you can't really think of it any different because you might mess up. So I've been in the overtime game last year, and I ain't gonna lie, when we lost that one last year against Pittsburgh, it hurt bad. Cause when you fight that hard 2 overtimes and you end up losing the way we did, it's all I can think about. And I'm like, this can't be like Pittsburgh. So we got it done.
Well, I told Coach Saturday morning that you guys had plenty of opportunities to quit if you wanted to. You had opportunities to pout that interception that, in overtime and all that. I'm yelling at my phone like, come on, ref. But you guys had opportunities. And I always say that losing mindset will take the opportunities when the opportunities are presented. But winners say, I'm not quitting. I'm gonna keep fighting. So that's the thing that I kind of noticed about you guys the other night. What makes you tougher this year than last year, maybe? And it's not necessarily the win or the loss, but you guys, I could just tell that there was a fight there this year. What makes it different than last year?
We hungry. Then last year we on the revenge tour. We want it with everybody. Everybody we lost to, we want our league back. That's all it is.
And you only have to look back 2 years ago. You won your first 2 and then lost 6 straight.
Right,
so
right.
That's it. All you have to do is point to that, right?
Right. It's been a thing, you know, and they probably get tired of me saying it. Physically, I think we're there, but you know, mentally, you know, we were always short. You know, we just couldn't get over that hump. And Friday night proved we were actually over that hump. So, you know, we know things happen and adversity happens. You know, we just have to dig deep, you know, stay the course, trust each other, and everything should be good. So Friday night, they kept telling me, Coach, man, you know, we good, because I kind of lost it a little bit.
Yeah.
With the interception, man, you know, I was like, you know, they said a flag on the play. They actually blew the play dead. And I'm like, no, that's a live ball. You can't blow that dead, because if we take it back, that's the ball game anyway. And they were like, well, Coach, now, you know, you got to have another. I was like, no. So these guys were about like, Coach, man, you know, we good. We got you, you know, we're going to win this game. And so then, you know, I knew these guys are mentally stronger.
And if I'd have told you before the year, hey, you're going to score 50 points first 2 games, what would you have said?
I probably wouldn't say anything. I probably would have looked at you kind of crazy. You know, I know.
That's the first time that's happened.
Yeah, I know we can score with the weapons that we have, led by Kaden. I just didn't know we'd be averaging 55 points a game right about now.
Against 2 good opponents.
Against 2, right.
And Kaden, I'm sorry, Coach. Okay.
No.
Kaden, Coach was talking about when we had him on a couple weeks ago, just the tempo and the speed. What's it like playing? It's got to be fun to get out there when you're playing ball like that.
Oh, yeah, it's fun. It's real fun. The tempo really been helping us. What really helped us win the last 2 games. You know, we wearing the teams out, and we in good shape. So we wearing them down, and that's what really was making us be explosive as we is.
Are you aware of the body language? Like Coach and I talked about on Saturday morning, how he pays attention to that body language, and he's like, "Oh, we're starting to get them. They're starting to wear down." Are you consciously paying attention to that from the quarterback position?
Oh yes, sir. That's really like when at quarterback, you gotta really like realize everything. You gotta look at everything the defense doing, and you can tell when they're getting tired. You can tell when they getting tired, when they mentally breaking down, and we just gotta keep our foot on the gas.
What you think when they get tired?
We got them.
Get them even harder now, huh?
Yeah, we got them.
So talk about the conditioning. How hard was it? It was so hot during the summer.
These guys, the coaches, they put us through it this summer. They put us through it.
It's paid off, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's paid off.
Do you feel like the fourth quarter, y'all are the stronger team?
Oh, yes, sir, for sure. For sure. But the work we put in is all the 6 a.m. 400s and 110s, we good.
It's got to feel good to be in the game and know once that fourth quarter hits, it was all worth it.
Oh, yes, sir. That's all he talked about. Talk to us before the game. Somebody got to pay for these 400s. It's 6 in the morning.
Somebody got to pay. I like that. I like that mentality. I didn't think about that. I'm gonna start using that.
So, is it easier to practice when you start out like this to get the guys?
It is, and the thing with us, we start each practice with a tempo period.
Okay.
So we start with tempo and we end with it. So, you know, you're going to start fresh, ending with it. That's like the fourth quarter. So now, you know, you've actually gone through practice. You know, you're tired. So, you know, we end the practice the same way, tempo. So we want to be the last guy standing in the fourth quarter. And, you know, practice has been fun. You know, we have our days now. Some of the coaches told me Monday was kind of sluggish, but I didn't think about coming off of a game like Friday. You know, bodies need time, you know, to heal, to rest more. You know, these guys, you know, they are young, but you did just play 3 overtimes. Mm-hmm. So, you know, you have to try to get your legs back under you, you know, to get everything back up on you. But, you know, Monday wasn't so bad. It was just not that normal tempo. And then we had to change up due to rain and weather. We're normally in shorts and T-shirts. So we put pads on Monday. So, that was a change just in case we had to lose a day. Like we lost practice day Wednesday. So now, we didn't really lose a work day.
Okay.
So, we're going to be fine.
So how are you a better quarterback this year?
It's really just getting to just get better with the mental part of being a quarterback. Like, everything really mental at quarterback. So you just got to get mentally tough. And coach been helping me with that. They helping me watching more film too. You got to watch film as a quarterback. That's a big part of being a quarterback. Knowing the game plan, knowing what's going on.
Yeah, I think as a quarterback, you don't want to be thinking too much out there. You kind of want it to be all in the preparation. And when you're out there, you just playing fast, and one part of it, you want it to slow down. You want your brain to be going slow, but you want your body to be going fast and not overthinking, what do I need to do next and all that. So I think a lot of that does just come with that prep work, knowing, hey, this is my read. When I see this is my read. How much fun are you guys having right now?
We having fun.
I can see whenever they threw that incomplete pass, I think, to end the game. I saw you guys all just running and jumping and just looked like a lot of fun, man. It made me envious. I wanted to be young again, man. Yeah.
I was trying to be composed, but after it was over, hey, I just had to let go. Just to see these guys, they had fun, so I'm gonna have fun right along with them.
And Joey, I told Coach that Miss Andrea McDonald was watching the. I messaged her because she had posted the score, and I said, "Hey, I can't find the score anywhere. And she shared a link with me to her. She was going live on her phone, so I got on there, and that was right at overtime. So when this interception happened, I couldn't tell what was going on because there was no announcer or anything. And then I was watching Coach, and I said, they're walking up to Coach, and I said, his reaction is going to tell me if this is good or bad for Natchez. I was reading that body language, and I said, "Oh man," I could tell he was not happy. So
no, I wasn't.
I knew it was going to be a little bit more ball to be played because that would have ended the game. That was ball game right there. So
giving up 50 points first 2 weeks, I know that's a concern for you, though.
Yeah, actually, we played better defensively Friday. Even though we actually gave up 50, we had 3 or 4 big stops to force them to punt, and then stopping them on that final play. Special teams gave up 2 of those touchdowns with the punt and the kickoff return. So that was a problem we actually worked on this week. Defensively, Macomb has a stud over there, and no matter what we did, he that guy made plays, and it was.
He said, "Yeah."
Watching him on film, you didn't think he was that guy, but then once he got going Friday, he became that guy. So we started having to fix the game plan to try to slide over to him to help him out because he was a long physical wideout, and some of the catches he made, guys were right there, but he either outjumped him or he just outmanned him. So it was the game plan was good. They just made plays. So
can't stop something.
Can't stop something,
especially in today's game. With all the rules kind of geared towards the offense and all that. I thought the defense played pretty well in overtime. I think there were some big stops. There were some big plays.
With the interception, they called a flag. So after we thought they would stop, we had to give them 4 more downs.
Yeah, they ended up. How many plays did they get in a row?
They got like 12 in a row.
Yeah.
So we stopped them on that 4th pass. Then we had the flag. They got 4 more. Then starting the 3rd overtime, they had the ball first. So starting the 2nd overtime, they had the ball first. So it was just like we were just out there for like 12 straight plays.
That's whenever I said you guys had the opportunity to quit. I was like, golly, man. It's 12 in a row, and I'm like, man, this defense is holding tough right here.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you do to motivate yourself before a game?
To motivate myself,
You listen to any kind of music or?
Oh yeah, I listen to a lot of music for the game. I just get in the zone where like it's just only me in my head, and I just get to thinking about the plays I'm gonna make. That's what motivate me. Thinking about all the plays I'm gonna make, what we gonna do to this team, my job, my 111, man. We just gonna make it happen.
Yeah. From a leadership standpoint, you being a senior quarterback, you almost have to be the coach on the field, right? So how do you keep this team focused? Because as we've seen, like we said before, 2-0 is great, but it really, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't mean anything if you go and lose, the next bunch of games in a row. So how do you, because coaches coach, but how do you as their peer keep all the players focused?
I just lead by example. They see me on the sideline with my head down, their head gonna be down. So you just gotta keep the energy up. Keep the energy up, everything gonna flow. And I try to make the team understand sometimes, like everything not gonna go right. It's gonna be stuff that go wrong in the game. So
that's right.
You just gotta
stay forget about that and put that behind you, right?
Put it behind you and keep on playing.
Gotta have amnesia, yeah. Forget about it quick.
On to the next play.
Yeah. Do you have that conversation now with them, like, hey, let's put those wins behind and stay focused on what we're supposed to be doing?
We got a motto. We 0-0 right now.
Yeah,
we're trying to put 1-0 tomorrow.
There you go. Because if you guys do that and let coach, that's a winning formula right there. But if he's having to stay on you guys about staying focused, you got problems right there already. So that's nice to hear.
So far, we haven't had to have that. So it's been great.
Yeah,
it has been great. So
any guys you looked up to at Natchez when you were growing up?
See, when I was growing up, I didn't stay in Natchez. I was I lived in Fayette for a little while. I came down here like in the 7th grade, and I've been here since. So I really started playing football here. I really didn't go to the high school games all year.
Well, I was telling you earlier, I covered your dad, Jimmy, when he was at Natchez High in 1994. He was a member of that state championship basketball team. Of course, he played football and basketball. But your dad, every time you saw him, it was just a big smile, and he loved to chat it up, and just a great guy. So I'm sure you get a lot of that from him.
Oh, yes, sir. I get a lot from my dad. My dad, he be on the sidelines sometimes. He keep me focused. Like if I go mess up on a drive, mess up on a play here, he'll pull me to the side. He'll tell me like, and it's not gonna be no baby and nothing. He gonna tell me, Tick, you acting like a little girl. The key to keep my head in the game, keep me afloat. So,
yeah.
So what do you think's working the best for y'all right now?
What's working the best is probably the tempo.
Mm-hmm.
The tempo was working the best. That's what's weighing down these teams. We in better shape, and hats off to the O-line. The O-line been playing they tail.
Yeah, the big boys. That's
playing great.
They don't get the credit they deserve.
They don't get the credit they deserve. They've been playing amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, nobody talks about the O-line unless they mess up. It's the most thankless job in football. Yeah.
So, do you like to get the football first if you win the toss, or?
It all depends. I just really like the ball after the half, but
kind of sometimes you get that two straight possessions.
Right, you get that 2 straight possessions. But if it's a team, I feel like we can dominate from the start. We're gonna go out and put that tempo on the field, and just to let them know this is what we're gonna be doing all night. So it's a feel that I have going in from film study and practice.
And that's one of those tough coaching things, because as a coach you probably want the ball after the half,
right?
But the players are like, Coach, give us the ball first. Just like on 4th down every time, he's coming off going, let's go for it.
Right, all the time.
You have to say, come on.
Right.
It's a long game. Come on over here.
He actually knows me pretty well. I don't like to punt. and if it's something close, 4th and 3, I could be on my -20 and I'm looking like, man, I'm gonna probably go for it. and so, the coaches be like, hey coach, man, be smart. I'm like, okay, all right. Let's go. I have confidence we can get it.
Yeah.
So, I just, that's just me.
Yeah. Well,
So is there a real buzz around the school? Everybody excited about what y'all done?
Oh yes,
It
man.
is.
That's awesome. That means a lot to y'all, I know.
Oh yeah, for sure. We got the support now. Well, people support us, that make them want to play better.
There you go.
So.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that. And we got time for a couple more questions, so I'll jump in and then I'll let you take us out. But I just wanted to talk about this coming up game. You talked about reading an article up there and what they were saying and this and that. So what's kind of our focus? What's our breakdown of what we have to do this week to win, come out successful?
Offensively, we have to control the trenches. Those guys up front, they have to continue doing what they have been doing. I don't feel like they can cover us, so we can have a big game, passing the ball. We got 4 great guys out wide. We can take the backs, flex them out wide. So, I think the weapons that we have too many for them defensively. Defensive wise, I'm going to be honest, we're going to load up the box. They got to pass the football. I told the coaches, we're not going to have safeties this week. We're going to go back old school ball, no safeties, stop the run, make them throw the football.
Put those corners on an island.
On the island. And if they beat us throwing the football, they were just a better team Friday night.
Yeah.
So looking at the film, they don't throw it well. So I'm going to force you to do something you don't want to do. Mm-hmm. And that's like, throwing the ball. So they are 70% run team.
Okay. And Kaden, what would you say that from a quarterback viewpoint, what do you have to do to go in and be successful Friday night?
I got to just go ahead and do what I do, be a leader, do my job, make sure everybody else doing their job, and we'll come out victorious.
You confident in those 4 guys that he's talking about spread wide and you can get them the ball?
Most definitely. I feel like we got the best wide receiver core in the state. Easy.
Wow. Yeah. It's got to feel good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And Joey, I'll let you kind of take us out of here.
And I think this pre-district schedules is really helping y'all when you get to district. I see y'all are one of 3 teams 2-0 in your district.
Right.
So talk about your district, how it looks.
The district last year, everybody was heavy, and they had a lot of seniors. And so this year, looking at it, everyone's kind of like struggling, but us. So they've had to revamp. But when you hit district in like week 6 or 7, guys are starting to fine tune stuff. So we expect those teams to actually be better. But we still think, and I tell them all eyes on us. We're that team, and I think the district title will come down to November 7th, us versus Brookhaven.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like the kids right now, we got to get our lick back, because we went there last year, and after talking to some coaches, they feel like they should never lose to us. And to me, that's not how this is going to go.
Yeah. So is a goal of yours, one of them, to have that home playoff game?
Most definitely. Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
When was the last time? Do you have any idea?
The last home playoff game, Lance Reed was the head coach. We hosted, I think it was Petal in like 2010.
Wow.
So, that was the last home playoff game.
Wow, that would be quite a milestone.
Right. So,
what's the, before we get you out of here, what's that Jefferson County date?
September 27th.
September 27th, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep these guys on the leash.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make that one. That's the one I got circled to try to make. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on my calendar. So, Joey, you got anything else for them?
Good luck to y'all.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We appreciate you guys taking a few minutes to come talk to us, and man, we're excited. And like I told Coach, I'm working with a little program here in Natchez, and I said I'm like a small part of the Bulldog Nation now.
Oh, yeah.
So that's right.
We had to get some Bulldog gear.
That's right. I need some. I need it. So, yeah, I'll gladly sport it. So we appreciate it. Great luck to these guys. Congrats to them on the first 2 weeks. Great luck coming up. And we'll be right back with a quick section. We'll run through the LSU start, SEC, and the surprising Saints start. Wow. So we'll be right back after a quick break.
Hey y'all, it's Ronnie and Shannon with Miss Lou Champion Spotlight.
And we want to tell you about our awesome partner, J.E. Hicks Distributing Company, also known as Hicks Chicks.
Hicks Chicks is a local, family-owned food distribution company that has been serving the Miss Lou since 1945. You already know they serve all of your favorite restaurants, but did you know that they are also open to the public?
Hicks Chicks has a variety of food products, including delicious heat and eat options like chicken and dumplings, white bean chicken chili, lasagna, and gumbo. They also carry a wide variety of seafood options like shrimp, crabs, tuna steaks, salmon, and catfish.
And don't forget about their delicious burgers that are already pattied up for you, and their amazing dessert options.
So stop by today at 1380 Martin Luther King Jr. Road in Natchez. Hicks Chicks.
Way more than just chicken.
Hey guys, Ronnie Calhoun here with Miss Lou Champion Spotlight, and I want to tell you about our awesome partners, Wardo's Po' Boys. Wardo's was created in honor of Alan Ward Granning III, fondly known by family and friends as Wardo. In 2019, the oldest brother of the tribe passed away unexpectedly. His remaining siblings and loved ones wanted to honor his memory in a special way. In 2022, Ward's family decided to combine the need for a sandwich shop in downtown Natchez with a desire to pay tribute to Ward's love of good friends, good times, and great food. Through blood, sweat, tears, and countless hours of hard work, Wardo's was born. So go visit Wardo's today at 309 North Broadway Street in Natchez, where the po' boys are so good, you'll swear you're in Cajun country. We want to tell you about our awesome partners, Syrah Technology, Gregg Vet Clinic, Hicks Chicks, Kenny Chesney's Chair Bay Rum, and all of our awesome partners that you see on the screen right now. Make sure to do business with them and tell them Miss Lou Champion sent you. All right, guys, we are back with Champion Sports Talk. We finally got Joey to act right a little bit. And man, that was a good segment, though. I really enjoyed talking to those guys. Kaden seems like, I told him whenever he left, I said he's got a great demeanor for a quarterback.
He does. He absolutely does.
Yeah.
And one thing he told us I didn't realize, the last time Natchez High won district was back Marco Minor days, and that was 97 when they went all the way to the semifinals. And that was a heck of a team. Hunter Ogden was quarterback.
Okay.
And Clarence Parker was another receiver. But, yeah, I didn't realize it had been that long.
Yeah.
So, a lot
they seemed dialed in. My favorite part was when they said somebody's going to have to pay for them summer workouts. I was like, I like that. Because you know how bad it had to be. So they're thinking,
it was rough.
Somebody's going to have to pay for this. That's a good mindset. Real quick before we wrap this thing up today, let's LSU 1-1. What are you thinking about LSU right now?
Oh, boy. And Guillory going down out for the year.
Yeah, it's tough.
Where they were really hurting. So, I mean, obviously some guys have to step up. I would just like to see Harold Perkins do more. I don't know what's happened since his freshman year. It's like, man. But big game at South Carolina, obviously. They need to get kind of feeling good about themselves. And I don't know,
this is typically when LSU football is kind of being doubted a little bit. Right. These are typically the games that they go handle business. They should handle business. They go handle business. But we'll see. I mean, my biggest disappointment of the year so far is whenever Lacey catches a touchdown and does the gun thing. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, my goodness, man. Like, what?
Yeah.
I don't even know why you would ever do anything like that.
No.
I mean,
especially now.
in today's world, like, why would you even? And it was kind of embarrassing as an LSU alum
Yeah.
for everybody to be talking about that and asking me about that. And I'm like, man, of all,
It was a
it was a great game. Yeah, it was a knucklehead turnover.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I felt like it was a great game, and I felt like that took away from it.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I don't know, man. I don't know if that's a discipline issue with the team or what, but I just didn't like to see that, and I hope that the discipline can come together because they're not overly talented. I mean, they're not one of the most talented teams in the country. Now, there's plenty of talent on the team, but if you start looking around at Ohio State, Georgia, Texas, all those guys, LSU's not in that conversation yet, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Exactly.
So we can't afford to do boneheaded things like that. And I don't know. I'm still cautiously optimistic about the team, but we'll see how it goes.
Right.
The running back room looks slim. The defensive line looks slim. I mean, the cornerbacks look slim. I mean, it's going to be a tough year.
Yeah.
But speaking of the rest of the SEC, real quick, two teams that I just named are looking very good right now: Texas and Georgia.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ole Miss is looking good.
Ole Miss is. How would you rank those three right now?
I think Texas is the top team right now. And what they did at Michigan is just, that doesn't happen. And they really showed me a lot there. So, and I'd put Georgia behind them. I still think you got to watch Alabama. That's a huge game at Wisconsin this week. That may see how that comes out. But, yeah, it's starting to see who the wannabes are and who the contenders are.
Tennessee's looking – Tennessee's supposed to be pretty good right now. Yeah, I think Texas and Georgia are right there. They're both built just like Alabama.
Right.
So I mean,
their coaches were there.
Yeah. So I mean, they're basically clones of some of those Saban teams. And Ole Miss is built bigger and stronger than they have been in the past on their lines. They've purposely beefed up a little bit because they've realized that it doesn't matter how good of a play caller you are, if you get pushed around on the lines, you're not going to win the biggest games. You can win a lot of games, but you're not going to win the biggest games. It'll be interesting to see how they play out this year. But just the fact that Lane Kiffin has them in that conversation, I think that this is one of the better Ole Miss teams that they've probably ever had, to be honest. We'll see how it plays out on the field, but if they don't do it this year, it's going to be tough because they've got their best chance with a 12-team playoff. They should be able to get into that, and then you string some wins together. And so we'll see how they play out. But I think that they're built for it right now. So, and like you said, you can't sleep on Alabama either.
No.
I mean, they're still loaded.
Right.
Even though Saban's gone, they're still loaded. And then just wanted to touch on real quick the Saints. I thought I had to change the channel and turn it back. I was like, I made sure I wasn't sleeping. I was like, am I awake? Like, what's going on here?
What happened to Derek Carr? Is that somebody else in there?
Wow. Yeah. What were you thinking when you were watching that?
I was thinking exactly that. I was like, wow. I mean, we knew the defense had the chance to really be good.
Yeah.
But it's been, I think it just goes by Derek Carr. When he's on, they can beat anybody, but he's not usually on.
And the Panthers are a bad team.
Yeah.
But and a lot of people keep saying that, and it's true. The Panthers are a bad football team. And Bryce Young looks like a bad quarterback right now. I mean, he's just not it's not coming together for him. But my defense in response to that is even in the past when the Saints played bad football teams, they still didn't do what they did the other day.
That's true.
And I credited that offense. If you remember some of those old Broncos team with Kubiak's dad and all of that, and then he's got that Shanahan coaching tree and all of that. The offense looked a lot more creative than it's looked in the last.
They did.
Since really even Peyton's last couple of years, it got a little stale.
Right.
And then Carmichael, it just never worked.
Right.
And so I think that offensive coordinator, as long as he can continue, the passing yards and the rushing yards were almost the same. They were breaking off some big runs, and it made me think about some of those, Terrell Davis days and stuff like that. And some of those old Broncos teams, like when Kubiak's dad was around that organization, and I think calling some plays. Man, you could almost plug in anybody.
That's it.
And their running game was always good, and that's what made them good, and that's what made John Elway better later in his career too.
Right.
So I hope that they can keep it going and keep building on that running game.
Well, right now you have to be concerned about Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
You can't pick up a water bottle the way you're supposed to pick it up.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
Yeah, that was a big loss for them the other day.
Yeah, I just, how healthy is he, and is he going to be able to play the way he used to play?
We're going to find out quick. I think they play Kansas City this weekend.
Right, that's right. And we got the Saints playing at Dallas. So
that's going to be a huge one, yeah. And that's what I was going to say to wrap up with the Saints too, is we don't have to wonder much longer, are they for real or not? Right. This weekend, Dallas looked very good, and Dallas is a loaded team. I mean, they've got a good team, and I mean, Micah Parsons, that dude is a nightmare. He's a problem for whoever he's against.
Harold Perkins should be known.
Yeah. So we'll see how we'll see that line. The offensive line will tell a big story for the Saints.
Yeah.
Because he's a beast. So anything else
I want to mention too
that you want to get into?
And I know you're going to talk to him at some point, but Frankie Spence is starting a pickleball league on both sides.
I've got to return the call to him. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and excited about that. And pickleball is really booming, and that'll be nice. It's going to be like ages young to the 13, 18. So we'll break all that down maybe at another point, but that's going to be fun.
Yeah, I just checked my voicemail this morning. I had a call that I'm going to return to him.
He's a great guy.
We'll get him in. Natchez. Yeah, we'll get him in and do a little community spotlight on what he's doing and help promote that. Any guy that's a friend of yours?
Well, Frankie's a friend.
I question. No. I was gonna,
you have to. Look at theirs.
I question their sanity. You know.
I've got you and Dustin.
Anything real quick? Run through the schedule for Friday night for us.
Okay, we got Delta Charter. That's a huge game. Faraday's going to Block. Of course, we talked about Natchez and going to Vicksburg, and some other big games. Cathedral's got a Forest, and AC has Brookhaven. So
okay, are those road games?
Most of them are. I think Delta Charter's the only home game.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of the boys will be on the road this week.
Yep.
So good luck to all of our local teams out there. Good luck to the softball teams. Hopefully they'll finish strong over these last couple of weeks and get some momentum going into the postseason. Yeah, I guess that's about it for the day then. So you good?
Survived the storm.
We survived the storm, that's right. So we appreciate all the viewers out there. Again, our numbers keep going up, and we're very appreciative of it. Appreciate all of our champion partners who make it possible for us to do what we do. I mean, I say it every week, but I mean, without our champion partners, we can't do what we do. So please support them when you can. Tell them thank you for helping us do not just this show, but everything that we're doing in the community. Without them, we couldn't do it. So thank you to our champion partners. God bless everybody out there. And as always, have a champion day.
Play to win our $50,000 Ace of Spades Progressive with drawings every Friday and Saturday through November 2nd. Score big wins at Magnolia Bluffs Casino Hotel. It's always a good time. Visit magnoliabluffscasino.com.